Hello and welcome, guys. It's another day, and I'm here again with another guide on how to clone your GitHub repos programmatically. So, if you want to do that, there are a few steps you have to go through before you get that to work. So, I'm going to be taking you through using my temporary GitHub account and then Git bash. So that is how we are going to do it today. GitHub account, Git bash. You need this in order to follow, but you can apply this in any other terminal. This is the same steps and same procedure. So let's dive right in. First things first, so you should have a GitHub account, and that is why I've just created this one for this purpose. And then let's say you want to clone a repository. So the first thing you do is create a repository by clicking on this plus button here or using this arrow, and just click on new repository, and you'll be brought to this window. Give your repository a name. You can decide to give it a description or not. I'm going to leave it empty. Set it to private or public if you want. The descriptions are there to guide you on what public and private mean. You can choose to add a readme file, a git ignore file, whichever, choose a license, no problem. But after you are done with all these steps, you go ahead and click on create repository. And then my new repository is created. So if you look at the new repository, there's nothing in it. And GitHub is so nice that it gives you a way of how to quickly initialize this repository. So you see that it's giving me guides, quick setup. If you've done this kind of things before, you can use HTTPS or SSH. They are all available how to clone your app. So for today's tutorial, I'm going to be working with HTTPS, how to clone the app using HTTPS. Sorry, how to clone the repo, not the app. Yeah. And then they have a few steps on how to do that via the command line also. So you can create your repo via command line. But that's not what we are going to be doing today. I'm just going to show you how to clone it via the terminal, and I'm going to use git bash. So now, in order to be able to clone this repo, there are a few things to do. So first and foremost, you go to your profile, click on settings. Now, when your settings open, look down for developer settings and click on it. And when you click on developer settings, click on personal access token, because we want to be able to do this programmatically without having to enter our password and username of cloning. So now we generate a new token, then you give the token a name. So I can just say test as my notes. Then you can choose an expiration date if you want. And now this is what is very important. You have to give it full control. Okay, for me, I'm just giving it full control for whatever, private, public, I'm doing that. Then it should be able to do this. I wanted to do that. Nope. Off. Read and write. Nah. I can just do things like this, and then register. It doesn't matter. But what you have to take note of is that if you don't give these permissions, at the end of the day, you start the cloning and then it doesn't work. you always get down to an error. So I've given these permissions. I don't know if I really need all, but I've just given them just to not run into a block. So let's generate our token. Good, now we have our token, and this is it. So you see it has given you a prompt. Make sure to copy your personal access token now. You won't be able to see it again, and that is true. So you copy, and then you can save it in a text file somewhere safe where only you can access and use when you need it. Good. So now what I've done is I've opened my notepad. I'm just going to paste the token here and then keep it like that. I will just minimize that. So we are done with the first step of cloning your app. Now this is done, so I can just go back to my repos to see the repositories I have. Good, and I have only one repository, fictional garbanzo. This is a name suggested by GitHub. I just took it for the sake of it. So that is it. So now the next thing is we are going to clone it with the HTTPS format. So coming right up is my git bash. Alright, so I think this is better for us. So since we have cd'd to our desktop, the next thing now is to clone our repo. So git clone, then https, and now you have to copy and paste your access token. Remember guys, we are doing this in git bash. So I can just copy, right click and copy, and then right click and paste. And that is it. I've just pasted my personal access token, which you should keep hidden, by the way. It shouldn't be visible like I've done. Then at github.com, then slash the username. That is your GitHub username. So let's look at what my GitHub username is. What's my username? Biwaresh. You have to type it like this, Biwaresh. Okay, so we go back to terminal and then put Biwaresh space / then the repo name. Okay, and what is my repo name? The repo name is fictional garbanzo. Fictional garbanzo. So you can just simply fictional garbanzo.get. So when you do this, then you press enter and it's ready to start cloning. And see, the cloning is done. That is why they are telling me, warning, you appear to have cloned an empty repository. And that is true. If you remember, over here we still have nothing in our repo, so the warning is accurate. So now if we want to be certain that this repository was cloned onto my desktop, we can just do the ls to find what is there. And where is fictional? We have fictional garbanzo here, and there you have it guys. So that is how easy it is to clone your repository from GitHub. So you need to give permissions when you create your access token, otherwise this is not going to work for you. You might try and then you always be getting errors. You'll be getting errors and errors and errors. So try as much as possible to give it permissions. There you have it. If you have any queries, let me know through the comments. I'll be available to give you a helping hand. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe guys for tips on software engineering and more specifically on front-end development, which will be coming very, very soon. Ciao.